Welcome back, truth seekers and connoisseurs of the human condition, to the inner sanctum of the entertainment world. Welcome to Mr. Magazine. You have tuned into the only digital observatory that refuses to be blinded by the glittering facade of celebrity life. Here, we do not merely report the headlines, we dissect the anatomy of the scandals breaking behind them. We peel back the velvet ropes to reveal the raw, unpolished reality that the PR teams work so tirelessly to hide. If you are tired of superficial gossip and crave a narrative that touches the soul and challenges the mind, you have found your home. Before we embark on today's seismic journey into the complex, labyrinthine crisis engulfing three of the biggest names in the industry, please ensure you have subscribed to our channel. For those of you who wish to be the true pillars of this community, enabling us to produce this high-caliber, independent journalism, we invite you to click the Join button below. Your support is the engine that drives our storytelling. And, as always, your voice is the chorus to our narrative. We want to hear your deepest thoughts, your theories, and your analysis in the comment section. Now, prepare yourselves, because a mysterious audio recording has just turned a quiet night into a nightmare. In the digital age, silence is rare. But on a night when even social media seemed to be losing its visibility, lulled into a digital slumber, a bombshell was dropped that instantly woke the world up. It didn't come in the form of a press release or a paparazzi photo. It came as a sound. A mysterious audio recording that surfaced from the void, putting the tabloids in the spotlight with the force of a detonation. The tension regarding Yaman had been brewing for weeks, a low hum of speculation that followed him like a shadow. But when it was claimed that the voice speaking on this grainy recording bore a striking and undeniable resemblance to the Turkish superstar, that tension exploded. The words captured were brief, brutal, and devoid of ambiguity. "She wasn't my type." These 5 words have unleashed a hurricane. Rumors spread with the speed of light that the target of this cold dismissal was none other than Sarah Bloomer. What was supposed to be a private observation has become a public execution of a romance. To understand the magnitude of this collapse, we must rewind the clock 3 months. The closeness between Sarah Bloomer and Yaman did not happen overnight. It blossomed under the intense lights of a film set during the shooting of an advertisement for a major international brand. At the time, official reports described the atmosphere as strictly professional. However, looking back through the lens of current events, members of the film crew are now painting a different picture. They describe those days as being charged with electricity, citing a clear spark between them that was impossible to ignore. Sarah made an impact from the very first day she set foot on Turkish soil. She was not just another pretty face, she was described as strong, self-assured, witty, and impeccably elegant, a woman who could stand toe-to-toe with a figure as imposing as Yaman. While Can has ascended to the status of an international icon, he remains a constant, gravitational force in the Turkish tabloids. The chemistry was palpable. The most striking rumor circulating in the VIP lounges of Istanbul concerns the aftermath of that shoot. It is whispered that as soon as the director yelled cut for the final time, Sarah sent Can a message that bridged the gap between colleagues and lovers. "Even though the work is over, I'm still thinking about you." While this message remains unverified by digital forensics, the behavior of the couple since then supports the theory. They have been ghosts in the machine, seen together frequently enough to generate smoke, but rarely clear enough to confirm the fire. Until the photo. A few weeks ago, the dam broke. Sarah Bloomer, perhaps tired of the shadows, shared a photo on Instagram that set everything ablaze. It was an image of her kissing Can, a declaration of intimacy that brooks no argument. The photo was only live for a few minutes before being deleted, but in the era of screenshots, a minute is an eternity. It was more than enough for the internet to archive the evidence. But it was the caption that truly ignited the fire. The truth always comes out sooner or later. This was not just a romantic post, it was a challenge. It was a shot across the bow. The Cold War between Sarah, Can, and inevitably, Demet Özdemir, who has been inextricably linked to Can in the public imagination for years, became a hot war after that post. Tabloid programs paralyzed their rundowns to discuss nothing else. But as it turns out, that was just the prologue. The real storm was waiting for midnight. The explosion occurred at exactly 2:13 a.m., a time when secrets are usually safe. A post shared on the platform X, formerly Twitter, caused a stir that woke up editors across the continent. The source was anonymous, a digital phantom, but the voice was allegedly unmistakable. The words on the recording have divided the tabloid world into warring factions. The voice, calm but ruthless, said, "I did everything I could, but she wasn't up to my standards. I was too fast, too complex, too impulsive. It wasn't going to work. Not up to my standards." This phrase is the dagger. It transforms a breakup from a matter of chemistry into a matter of hierarchy. It suggests a superiority that is devastating to the recipient. The fallout was immediate and visceral. The following day, the glamour of the industry was stripped away to reveal raw human pain. An employee who witnessed Sarah at a scheduled fashion photoshoot described a heartbreaking scene. Sarah wasn't herself, the source revealed. She was very quiet. Her eyes were swollen from crying, but she had tried to hide the evidence with heavy makeup. Normally, she is the life of the set, greeting everyone and joking around. This time, she didn't look at anyone. She was a shell. It was further alleged that the young model isolated herself completely, refusing to speak even to her family, wanting to spend the entire day alone in the dark. This is the side of the scandal we rarely see, the humiliation and the heartbreak that happens when the cameras are off. And naturally, the name Demet Özdemir was thrust into the center of this international media spotlight. She's observing the events, but doesn't want to get involved, sources say. But in a love triangle of this magnitude, neutrality is impossible. Her name is the third point of the triangle, the ghost that haunts the current narrative. As the storm rages, a growing silence on social media has sparked panic. Sarah Bloomer, a digital native who usually posts at least twice a day, sharing hints about her projects and engaging with her fans, has vanished. As of this recording, she has gone 65 hours without a single post, like or comment. This disappearance is a loud signal. In the influencer economy, silence is a distress flare. Her followers are in a state of panic, wondering if this is a strategic retreat or a total emotional collapse. Meanwhile, on the other side of the trenches, Yaman's inner circle is in damage control mode. Sources state that the actor is feeling overwhelmed by the mounting pressure. Didn't expect the situation to escalate so much, a confidant leaked. He wasn't behind any of the news. Furthermore, he claims that the recording was incomplete and that she said very different things later in the conversation. This defense, that the audio was taken out of context, is a classic move. But does it matter? The damage of the soundbite is already done. Is described as feeling that the situation is out of control, a rare state for a man who usually curates his image with military precision. Demet Özdemir's refusal to speak clearly has only fueled the curiosity. However, she broke her silence last night with a symbolic gesture that ignited a media frenzy. She shared a simple phrase on her Instagram story, written in stark white text on a black background: "Calm is the best response." She added only a single period below it. Finality. This post received thousands of interactions within seconds. The interpretation is open. Was she referring to Sarah's breakdown? To Khan's panic? Or was she politely expressing her own reluctance to be dragged into this mud? Calm is the best response implies that someone is losing their calm. It is a subtle, elegant, but sharp observation. On the fourth day, the narrative took a turn into the realm of spy thrillers. An international media analyst shared a shocking theory on X: the recording wasn't taken with an amateur phone. There's a professional component to the audio quality. It could be a hidden device used on a plane, in a hotel, or on a film set. This statement changes everything. If this is true, we are not dealing with a friend betraying a friend. We are dealing with espionage. Who planted the device? Who has the motive to destroy this relationship so thoroughly? The discussion has shifted from three possibilities to a fourth man, a shadow figure pulling the strings. Amidst this chaos, we have learned that Sarah Bloomer called an emergency meeting with her agency. An anonymous source from the room shared the atmosphere of that summit. Sarah seemed very calm, but her expression reflected considerable resentment. She said she wanted to assess everything. She didn't want to damage her career, but she also didn't want to get away with this disrespect. Two options were laid on the table. Issue an official, scorching statement to the press, burning bridges but reclaiming her narrative. Remain silent, maintain an image of unbothered maturity, and let the rumors die. The path Sarah chooses will become clear in the coming hours. So, where do we stand? Is this the calm before the storm, or the eye of the hurricane? All eyes are locked on Sarah Bloomer. Her next move could completely change the course of this love triangle. Will Can speak out to clear his name? Will Demet be forced to break her neutrality? Or will Sarah take a surprising step that no one sees coming? The latest phrase circulating in press circles is chilling. This isn't the end of the story. This is just the beginning. What do you think? Was the audio faked or taken out of context? And what should Sarah do, fight back or stay silent? Leave your theories in the comments below. If this deep dive investigation gave you a new perspective on the news, please destroy that like button. It helps us immensely. And if you want to support independent journalism that isn't afraid to speak the truth, click Join to become a member of the Mr. Magazine family. Until the next breaking development, stay curious, stay vigilant, and remember, in the world of fame, the walls have ears. This is Mr. Magazine, signing off.